Hello and welcome. My name's Erica Meyer and I'm an architect and a Feng Shui enthusiast. And in today's video, I am going to show you how you can start using the Feng Shui system of color design in your home. We're going to do this by showing you some sneak peeks of a current client's project. So let's get going. If you are about to build a new home, or you've bought a new home that is fully gray and white, or you've moved in and you're still lost, this is the video for you, because Feng Shui is this secret language. It's not a secret, but it is this extra layer of interior design that we can add deeper meaning to our space if you want to go that far. And if you just want a way of knowing which colors to put where, there you go too. So let me tell you a little bit about my client. He's in his mid-50s, he owns a business, and he is a bachelor for now. Again, Feng Shui can add these extra layers of energy to help you attract a healthy, positive relationship. So I don't think he'll be single for long. He is in the process of building this new home and selected all of these finishes himself and needs help with furniture selection. And I am not afraid of this big gray palette because we have the 60-30-10 rule. And so basically in his 60%, he's got that full gray palette, which in Feng Shui elemental energies is about the metal energy. You often hear Feng Shui consultants talk about elements. I think it's another word for energy. This home is just already strong in the metal energy. And the client wanted to add blues and browns, which works perfectly with our elemental energies of water and earth. And then we're going to add in some sparks of muted tones of the rust colors, representing both warmer earth and the fire energy. What is not represented is the wood energy, which is green and growth. We'll do that with plants. The next thing we need to investigate are the focal points, our built-in focal points, which this house has right from the beginning with our arches and these big grand windows, the grand fireplace, and of course the floating kitchen island, and then the tray ceiling in the owner's suite. Now here we can see this floor plan, which I particularly love because it is very similar to my own. We both use the same builders. You walk through the front door here into an office area, which has a butler's bar right next to it and a walk-in pantry, continuing on into the kitchen, dining area, and living room. Then there's the owner's suite in the back corner with a bathroom attached and large walk-in closet. And I love how this laundry can be accessed. You've got two ways through, which is great. And then from your garage, you've got a mudroom and a little powder room. And then upstairs, he's got two guest bedrooms and a living space that all of his current apartment furniture can go upstairs. So let's get to selecting some colors. First, we need to find the center of the home. It doesn't need to be totally exact. We are just looking for how do we make the color palettes work throughout. If you get more into Feng Shui, I highly recommend you find a certified consultant, and they will go even deeper into the super angles. That is not me. We're just working with the color palettes. And the color compass. In Feng Shui, there's also called a bagua, which is this 9-square grid. The top is north, and in traditional Feng Shui, you're going to see lots of baguas and compasses with south at the top when it's red at the top. There is some deep, rich tradition of why that is. I've covered that in a couple other videos, but I like for the color compass and the bagua, the 9-square grid, to have north at the top because I live in North America and my compass on my phone is always north at the top. So with that, back to our elemental energies. North represents water and depth and purpose, and we use dark blues, blacks, and wavy patterns. In the northeast is the earth element, squares and dark, rich tones, and it's spirituality. In the east and southeast are the growth energy. It's called wood, but it's a growth energy where that rising sun is hitting our homes at the first part of the day, and that's why it's abundance and family and multiplying. So the colors are green and the patterns are vertical. In the south is the fire, passionate energy. It's high noon and the bright sun is on your face, so it's about reputation and fame. In the southwest is another earth energy, so that stable energy as you're going into the cold, dark night. You want that love with you and supported, and the colors in that sector then are the warmer earthy tones, sunset colors, and the west and northwest are the metal energies, and that's our full spectrum of white, light grays, dark grays. The patterns are circles, and we are focusing on creativity and joy in the west, and helpful people and travel. And then in the center is our health, our strong foundation for our entire home. So I like to go with those warm, glowing earth tones. Okay, so let's get to some furniture. And as a reminder, we have north at the top here, and then east is represented by the green. This is our growth energy. So we've got the garage and the owner's bath, the walk-in closet, the laundry, all in this growth energy. And then from the garage, you're walking into that mud room that captures just a little bit there as well. And so the east and the southeast are both in the very utilitarian areas. So we didn't select a lot of furniture or anything. If he wants to paint in the future or add wallpaper, certainly you would use greens or vertical stripes. But instead, we will focus from the south all the way around to the northeast. I did make one little nod to the east on this wall here that you can see from the family room, and trees represent, the tree of life, growth there. So one little nod. And then in our front hallway, this southwestern kind of cowboy feel, both triangles and squares and warm colors to welcome you into that entrance hallway. The client wanted originally a T-shaped desk, which again, with Feng Shui, he'd be looking out the front door, but mainly the energy would be hitting him from the side. So a better, more executive presence, and so you're in control of your space and your dominion, is to have that executive desk floating with a credenza in the back, and then rested upon, we're doing an 8x10 piece of 8x10 carpet there. And there is the furniture. And we started with this carpet, which had those blue colors, but he didn't like the pattern. And we found this one that we loved the pattern, but neither one of us really liked that combination of how it was working with the desk. And then we finally landed upon this carpet here, which it's the southwest, so we want the square earth energy. And you can see in the background, we've got a plaid wallpaper, and then we'll add in some decor, that setting sun in this picture here, and the sun will be setting out his window there in the back, so casting that perfect shadow for that piece of artwork. And then another calm, soothing piece in between these two bookcases, which is beautiful symmetry and very quiet. And then he had this cool existing lamp, and then we'll put a plant there, happy, in the window, so we do get a little bit of growth energy. Oh, and then we found a different carpet that still's got the earth element to it, and a bit of fun with the colors. Next, we'll move into the west, into our kitchen area. And so he needed 4 stools for the bar area, and then also wanted a round table with 6 chairs for it. And it's also an expanding table as well, so we've got 2 extra chairs there. So we started with this beautiful velvet blue chair and a a new custom light fixture here with the round metal element, but that chair is not available. So we went with something. It was actually a much better price, a little bit more subdued. And here you can see the dining area combination with the copper metal there, and then plenty of circles and even circular wallpaper that will be really subtle in that space, if I can convince him. And then the large L-shaped sofa he wanted in the beginning, but it's not going to fit. Loved the art, the antler fixture, but the carpet wasn't right. And he didn't really like that cow print either. So then in our travels, he really want leather couches. So we found this carpet that has both the earth and the water elements. We're adding in a side table and lamp and artwork that give us more of that water element. And then the antler chandelier changed into a fandelier. 2 separate couches, one along the back window. And then this couch will be the main couch, 9x12 rug and our ottoman. And then that couch is in the command position, able to see out the front door and then at the fireplace. And then we have the owner's suite with a king bed against the back wall, which the right side of the room would be the command position, but it just didn't work out with the furniture layout. Luckily, the door is a little off center, and then we've got a dresser with a TV on it. So we're slowing down that energy coming into the room, which is just fine. And here you can see the lovely bedroom set in walnut with a darker accent paint throughout the room and lighter curtains. And then the lamps themselves are a ceramic, which is an earth element in the shades. And there we have the full shebang right there. Now in the next video, I'll go into more of the little decor items that I have suggested for him, but no house happens in a day, really. You are building it over time. And the Feng Shui system, this 9-grid system, helps you remember what should go where and keeps it in balance. If you want to watch a video about kitchens specifically or bedrooms, check these past videos, and we'll also please like and subscribe, and we'll do some more wallpaper videos in the future because I love wallpaper. I hope you do too. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.